Imagine a world where every word you utter, every thought you entertain, every fleeting glance you cast is not just monitored, but meticulously scrutinized. A world where truth is fluid, history is rewritten daily, and love is a crime. A world where a seemingly benevolent yet omnipresent figure watches your every move. Sounds like a terrifying nightmare, doesn't it? But what if I told you that this chilling vision, conjured almost 75 years ago, feels more relevant, more pressing, and more eerily prophetic today than ever before?
Welcome, literary explorers, to a journey into one of the most powerful and enduring works of the 20th century, George Orwell's monumental. Initially, Winston suspects her of being a member of the thought police, but he soon discovers she shares his rebellious spirit, albeit in a different way. Julia is pragmatic and sensual, interested in personal rebellion and forbidden pleasures rather than overthrowing the party. Their illicit affair, conducted in secret rendezvous, becomes a powerful symbol of their defiance, a fleeting attempt to reclaim personal freedom and love in a world that has systematically stripped both away. Their relationship is not romantic in the conventional sense. It is an act of shared transgression, a desperate embrace of human connection against the dehumanizing force of the party. The third significant character, and perhaps the most terrifying, is O'Brien, a charismatic and intelligent member of the inner party. Winston, in his naive desperation, believes O'Brien is a fellow dissenter, a member of the legendary Brotherhood, an underground resistance movement dedicated to overthrowing the party. He confides in O'Brien, believing he has found a kindred spirit, someone who understands his yearning for truth and freedom. This belief leads Winston and Julia to O'Brien's apartment, where they pledge their allegiance to the Brotherhood and are given a copy of The Theory and Practice of Oligarchical Collectivism, supposedly written by Emmanuel Goldstein, the party's arch-enemy. This book, a complex exposition of the party's true motives and structure, offers a glimmer of hope, a potential path to understanding the madness around them.
However, this hope is brutally shattered. Winston and Julia are arrested by the thought police. O'Brien reveals himself to be a dedicated party loyalist, a master manipulator who had been playing Winston all along. This betrayal is the first step in Winston's systematic psychological and physical torture, which takes place in the infamous Ministry of Love. The Ministry of Love is a place of unspeakable horrors, where individuals are not just punished, but re-educated and purified. The goal is not merely to extract confessions, but to break the human spirit, to eradicate independent thought, and to force absolute, unquestioning loyalty to the party. O'Brien, acting as Winston's torturer and ideological instructor, explains the party's true philosophy: power for power's sake. They don't seek power to benefit the people or to build a better society. They seek power purely to exercise it. They control not just actions, but reality itself. Whatever the party holds to be truth is truth. O'Brien chillingly declares, it is impossible to see reality except by looking through the eyes of the party. The torture culminates in Room 101, the most dreaded room in the Ministry of Love. Here, each prisoner is confronted with their greatest fear. For Winston, it is rats. In a terrifying scene, O'Brien threatens to unleash a cage full of starved rats onto Winston's face. In a moment of absolute despair and self-preservation, Winston screams, "Do it to Julia! Do it to Julia!" This act, this betrayal of the one person he truly loved, shatters his spirit and completes his re-education. He has finally broken. He has betrayed his humanity. The novel concludes with Winston, physically and mentally scarred, sitting in the Chestnut Tree Cafe, a place frequented by re-educated political prisoners. He has been completely indoctrinated, his rebellious spirit extinguished. He now loves Big Brother. The war, which had been with Eurasia, has now, predictably, switched to East Asia, and Winston watches the telescreen filled with a newfound, chilling loyalty. His mind, once a battleground of forbidden thoughts, is now a blank slate, filled only with the party's truth. The final sentence is devastating in its simplicity. He had won the victory over himself. He loved Big Brother.
1984 is, at its heart, a stark and terrifying warning against the dangers of totalitarianism, the seductive power of control, and the fragility of truth. Orwell masterfully demonstrates how a regime can maintain absolute power by systematically controlling information, manipulating language, and eradicating individual thought. The party's ability to rewrite history and declare 2 + 2 = 5 is a chilling testament to the dangers of subjective reality, where objective truth ceases to exist. The novel's impact on literature and society has been immense and continues to grow. Terms like Orwellian, Big Brother, Newspeak, and Thought Police have entered our lexicon, becoming shorthand for oppressive surveillance, governmental overreach, and the manipulation of language. It ignited conversations about free speech, the role of the media, and the delicate balance between state power and individual liberty. It has inspired countless artists, writers, and thinkers, serving as a cautionary tale that resonates deeply across cultures and generations. What makes 1984 so profoundly significant today, however, is not just its historical context, but its uncanny prescience. In an age of unprecedented digital surveillance, where our personal data is constantly collected and analyzed, where fake news and alternative facts blur the lines of reality, and where online echo chambers can solidify extremist views, Orwell's vision feels less like science fiction and more like a chilling prophecy. The novel urges us to be vigilant, to question authority, to defend objective truth, and to cherish our individual freedoms. It reminds us that the battle for truth and for the autonomy of our own minds is an ongoing struggle, and one that we can never afford to lose. It's a book that serves as a vital reminder. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and the power of truth, once surrendered, is almost impossible to reclaim.
What book should I dive into next? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this analysis, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives.